Hello, welcome to the module Value-Based Pricing for Professional Services case of the Executive Education. Today we are going to talk about an important topic: how do we set the price using the value for services organizations? So initially I will be talking about the key challenges facing the organizations while trying to set the price using the value. Then I will be speaking about the value and how do we modelize the value. And last but not least, I will be speaking about one example of a streamlined process to set the price using the value. Traditionally, the majority of the companies have been focusing their efforts on reducing the cost as a lever to increase their operating margin. The price setting has been generally done within the finance department instead of the marketing department that is much more close to the market and to the customers. Sometimes the price is being set totally centrally within a support team, sometimes totally by the local teams. In terms of customer price perception, it all depends on what are the services the customers they are getting out of the price they are paying for. We are operating in the services market, where we are selling intangible value to our customers. So our challenge is, how do we make sure our customers they value the service we are selling to them? Last but not least, we actually see in the market a lot of competition, specifically in the intercompany professional training services. This is in fact due to the fact that we are selling Me Too products and Me Too services, Me Too thematics. Since you can't differentiate and you can't signal the differentiation to your customers, its only differentiator will be, in this case, unfortunately, is the price, which leads to the price war. Before looking into a process to set the price using the value, let's define first the value. There are two types of values. There are tangible values and intangible values. For example, when you help your customer to generate new revenue streams, that's value creation. When you help your customer as well to reduce the cost by X%, that's value creation. When you help your customer to avoid costs, that's as well a value creation. Tony Cram, in his book Smarter Pricing, defined the value in three components. He said that the value equals the benefits perceived plus emotional associations at an identified price level. The right price is achieved when the benefit outweighs the customer's desire to keep the money in their pockets. Let's talk about the Nike case study to see how Nike were able to create value for them and for their customers. Nike initially, when they get established, it was a company with 2 people and making initially a turnover around $8,000. Later, they are now a company with more than 23,000 employees, moving their turnover from $8,000 to $12 to $25 billion. That's value creation for Nike. Now, how Nike they created value to their customers? If we take the first segment of customers, who are the runners? By developing sport shoes with high performance, the Nike were able to help their runners to run faster. That's value creation. Now for the kids on the street, when you have a kid on the street that wear Nike shoes, for example, they gain a sense of superiority. So the benefit in this case is the mental imagery. That's a value creation as well. That's intangible value creation. In order to set the price using the value, Michael Morris and Jen Morris proposed to us one framework to use. This framework in 4 different steps take into account external determinant and internal determinant. For the external determinant, we are talking about the customer demand in terms of what are the customer buy-in criteria. What are the expected benefits of our segment of customers? The second determinant is the competitor actions. And what do we do in terms of attack defense strategies? The last external determinant is about the legal constraints that we need to take into account while we fix the price in a given country and given market. On the internal determinant side, which are proper to the company, we need to be very clear and understand very well the company strategy and the company positioning within that market. Then what we need to know is the company cost structure. At what cost can we produce either the product or the service we are delivering? Now we have talked about the external determinant and internal determinant. We are going to talk about the 4 steps in the process. So the first step is the pricing objectives. What are our objectives? Are we trying to make a turnover increase by X%? Are we looking to increase our margin, or both? The second step is to decide on what's the pricing strategy we are going to follow. Premium price strategy, parity pricing. What strategy are we going to follow? The third step is the price architecture, what we call the price structure. What are the variables that will be compose our pricing structure? And the last one, we need to decide on the pricing levels based on the customer segment. Are we going to decide on various levels based on the, for example, the customer contribution to our turnover? And then the tactics as well. At the end, I would like to leave you with a couple of messages. The first one, it is an exciting journey to fix the price and manage it over the long run. In order to be successful, you need to prepare a couple of elements. The first one, do you have a clear understanding of your company strategy and specifically on your positioning? Second element, do you know very well your customer segment you are looking to serve? Do you master their criteria to purchase? Do you master their expected benefits? In up to which point the offering you are putting in the marketplace does answer your customer purchasing criteria? Do you know your cost structure and your operational model? Do you know your competitors and the key element on which you can beat them? These are a couple of elements that you need to have in order to successfully establish a pricing policies and, more importantly, manage it on the long run.